yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly.
Welcome back to a special episode of P&T in the Morning.
I'm P, and he's T.
Today we're going to take a look back into the 90s.
A blast of the past, if you will.
The 90s didn't start out so hot. Usually when you think of the 90s, you think of
NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, but that's not the case here. Here you think of tragedies.
like the February bombing of the World Trade Center in '93 and Waco, Texas massacre that occurred.
Both pretty crazy, and a lot of people died.
We're going to go to our first event, the first World Trade Center bombing.
We have Trisha Williams in the field reporting with Meghan McGlenn.
Hi, I'm Trisha Williams, and I'm here today with Meghan McGlenn to talk about the attack on the Twin Towers in 1993. She was a part of the FBI investigation. Thanks for being here today, Meghan.
No problem, my pleasure.
So tell us, what exactly happened on February 26, 1993?
Well, at 12:18 p.m., a bomb went off in the parking garage beneath Tower 1. The blast ripped open a crater 150 feet in diameter and 5 floors deep, rupturing sewer and water mains and cutting off electricity. Although it was not enough to cause the tower to collapse, it did, however, cause $1 billion of damage and a great fear in American citizens.
How many people were injured because of this?
The explosion killed 6 people and injured thousands.
How did you find out that it was an act of terrorism, and who was responsible for the attack?
We later learned that there were 7 plotters involved with the attack, and many more attacks were being planned for the future. The main person responsible for the attack was found out to be Ramzi Youssef, who fled to the Philippines where he made his plans to attack 12 U.S. airlines and had plots to kill Pope John Paul II. Luckily, his plans were foiled.
What evidence did the FBI find that helped in the investigation?
We found in the rubble a vehicle identification number, which seemed suspicious. We later tracked it down and found out that it came from a rented van that was reported stolen the day before the attack. This information led us to one of the plotters named Mohammed Salame, who gave us information that helped us find Ramzi and the other plotters.
Well, thanks for being here today with us, Meghan.
Oh, it was no problem at all. Thanks for having me.
Now we're going to our second event, the Waco, Texas massacre.
We got Trixie Minaj on the scene interviewing with Stephanie Guerra.
Thanks, P&T. Hi, I'm Trixie Minaj, and I'm here with Stephanie Guerra. Thanks for being here with us, Stephanie.
Glad to be here.
So, Stephanie, you witnessed the Waco massacre, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. I was sent there for an investigation.
Why is that?
Well, I work for the ATF, which stands for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. And we heard rumors that Koresh and his religious cult had illegal firearms present in their compound.
What resources led you to believe this?
Believe it or not, a UPS driver. A package he had been delivering to a compound broke open, revealing casings for hand grenades.
How did the ATF further investigate this case?
Well, in order to find out further information, we sent in agents pretending to be college students who were interested in Koresh's teachings. Unfortunately, word got out, and Koresh was alerted, and there was no more secrecy.
How long was all this going on?
Well, it lasted for about 51 days because the Davidens would refuse to leave the complex. At first, we were patient, trying to work with them to come out, but when they didn't cooperate, we were forced to try stricter tactics. We had helicopters surround the building every hour to keep a noisy environment. We stalked out the building with agents, and we used infrared technology to determine heat signatures and locations of those hiding out.
What caused the explosion?
Well, the FBI rammed tanks into the building, trying to force out the members of the cult. CS gas was inserted into the building by the FBI, hoping people would start to surrender and leave the building. A fire started in the complex, which burned down the entire structure. 74 men, women, and children were killed from this.
Well, thanks so much for coming in today and educating us about what occurred on April 19th, 1993.
No problem. It was my pleasure.
Okay, thanks, Trixie, for that interview. That was really good stuff. Oh, and we did switch rooms, if you're wondering. You're not just seeing things.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a problem in our old room. We had a raccoon infestation in the inner annex, so
It's all
now
taken
we're
care of.
here.
Not really. That's why we're here.
Wow, it's hot in here, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I had to change my own shirt, and
Me too.
I even had to put glasses on.
so dang musty in here. I can't even see the prompter anymore. What's
Well,
our next line? What's our next line?
I can't read. Oh, okay. Now we're going to Mike Taylor, who is going to talk about Tiger Woods and how he won the 1997 Masters tournament.
Should be some good stuff.
Should be.
I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Okay, well, in 1997, Tiger Woods won the Masters tournament. And it's pretty crazy because he was the first African American, and he was actually Asian too, so I guess he was African Asian American. He was the first one to ever do that, and he was the youngest on tour to ever do that. During the 97 Masters, Tiger broke 20 records, and he tied 6 others. Another crazy fact was that he was 12 strokes ahead of second place, which, if you know golf, is a lot of strokes. Yeah, even though Tiger Woods has had off-field issues, he's not really playing well either. But back in 1997, when he won the Masters, he was playing extremely well. That was really his coming out win, the signature win that put him on the map. People really began to find out what Tiger Woods was all about. I mean, he was the youngest player on the tour, and he just won one of the most prestigious tournaments on the PGA Tour. Back in 97 and his earlier years, when Tiger Woods entered a tournament, you kind of knew he was going to win because he just had that swagger and the edge that no one else really did. It was really only a matter of who was getting second place. I knew it, the people there knew it, and the people watching at home knew it, that Tiger Woods was just taking home that trophy and that huge check. And finally, Tiger Woods is golf. Boom! Okay. Questionable, but we like your enthusiasm. Maybe we'll call you again sometime. Probably not.
Yeah, but we do have a new fan that's going to talk about. He's been a huge fan of our show for many years now. He's been continuously asked us to get on, and we're actually, hey, Mike, what's with the glare on your glasses there?
What?
I think I can see myself.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh, I'm gonna have to take these off.
It's a little distracting, I'm just gonna say. But anyways, yeah, he's been asking to get on the show for many years now, so we're gonna actually bring him in. We went out. We're gonna do a little interview with him, and he's gonna talk about Jordan and the '98 NBA Finals. It's gonna be some good stuff.
What a finals that was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll let him know. So, Casey, before you just said we're gonna bring him in, and then you just said we went out and got him. So I mean, which one is it?
Yeah. Funny story, really. It's your classic case of mistaken identity. We brought the wrong guy in, so we had to go out, find the real dude, and eventually get our interview. So good stuff. Great looking guy.
It's never
mistaken
happened to me.
for Ashton Kutcher from time to time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like him. Let's listen to what he's got.
All right. Let's do it.
But yeah, the 19 NBA Finals. Classic battle of two best teams in the league playing each other. And not only once, but twice. As this is a rematch from the 97 Finals where the Bulls did take it from the Jazz. So, you got the Chicago Bulls playing the Utah Jazz. And the Jazz were just a fantastic team. You had a lot of good players. Stockton, Malone, Brian Russell, Jeff Hornacek, Greg Ostertag. A very solid squad. And going against the Bulls, who also had a great team, Ron Harper, Steve Kerr, Dennis Rodman, Luke Longley, and of course Jordan. One of the things that actually made this a great series was how the Bulls actually led early. They led the series 3-2, but the Jazz just rallied back when, their backs were pushed up against the wall, so to speak, and forced it to a Game 6, which is where the 98 NBA Finals really hit its peak, as it is the game that decided who eventually won, and technically is where all the magic happened. Game 6 is amazing, just how the fact is, on the road, it's difficult to close out any team, let alone a powerhouse Jazz team. It just made it pretty much impossible. But as we all know, of course, Jordan thrived in those kinds of situations, though, as we all know, as he tried to pull off yet another hopeless cause by putting the team on his back and trying to yet again pull off another miracle. So, within minutes left in the game, Jordan makes this incredible drive, very tough layup, puts it in, and takes his team within one at that moment. From there, he goes back on defense, finds Malone in the corner, unsuspecting of any kind of steal coming, takes the ball from him, strips it, gives his team one last chance to either win or lose the game. Now, anybody who's ever seen the highlights or this kind of clip knows Jordan's history or was at the game, lucky people, but were actually at the game, the crowd just went deathly silent. Everyone in the gym knew at that moment they were about to witness something unbelievable. And they were right. With 17 seconds left, Jordan crosses over Brian Russell and hits the game-winning shot from the elbow. But not only that, after that happens, he stands there and just holds his pose at the top of the key, letting all the cameras just capture pretty much what was one of the most amazing NBA finals ever. This one event, this one game, heck, even this one play, should be in the dictionary next to triumph. As Michael Jordan overcame the odds and adversity of winning his 6th title in 8 years, he reaffirmed the fact why he's not only the best player to ever play the game, but really why he was a living legend.
Man, what a great looking guy, am I right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure.
Regardless, I love this guy. I might bring him on the show again later, but point is, he knew stuff about Michael, am I right?
Yeah, definitely.
And he was just a great player on the court and just really showed why at the end of the 90s there were more successes than triumphs.
Besides that, the 90s held two different extremes.
Yeah, really just, the 90s started out with so many horrific events just happening and deaths and, pretty much scarred Americans a little bit. It's kind of a dismal time, but in the end, with all these success stories and triumphs with sports teams like Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan just, dominating in their fields.
I think you just said teams. I think you meant players dominating in their fields.
It's a team sport in basketball, regardless, but...
Not golf. I mean, I guess you could count the caddy.
The caddy is a very key, crucial player on the field. He lets you know when it's slanting and whatnot, right or left, but thanks for calling me on my fault there.
Keeping you in line.
Good.
Anyway, this concludes our show. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you tune in for the next one of PNT.
Next Thursday. Better be there. It's going to be good.
You stay classy, Penn State Hazleton.
Laters on the Minjay.